Hey, Big Gear back, and today I'm back for the next video I was going to show you, which is bfbb disc swap with a custom bfbb with only hitting one audio in it, and I mean only hitting one audio. Actually, I did keep the SpongeBob Patrick Senni sound folder and then the boot.hip, but that's okay. Most of it's gone, but I removed all this is normal bfbb I'm in right now, but I'm disc swapping with a custom PS2 bfbb which has hit and one sound files in it. Why am I doing this? Because disc swapping normally does not play the files you want to hear. Well, it won't read all the sounds. Like Larry Boy is the only game I know of that you can just sit down and play the audio and just listen to it from start to end. bfbb, most PS2 games don't do this. If any of a PS2 game... Quiet! If any of a PS2 game does this stuff... It's traffic, I swear. If any of our PS2 games do this stuff where they read the entire disc like Larry Boy, if anybody finds more games that do that stuff, please make a video on that, because that game's... I mean, honestly... the only other way that might be possible is if we find more games by that developer who made the Larry Boy game. Then we might be able to do it if they made more games. So, on that engine. Yeah, if they put more games on that Larry Boy engine, then you probably would be able to do that shit. But I don't know if they made any more games. I'm not really sure. Pretty sure they did, but I'll have to look into it, honestly. If I find more PS2 games from them, I gotta see if they do it, because I won't be surprised if they do. Yeah, they might still do that, and hell, it might even be worse. Because the glitches that were in Scooby-Doo Never Had Frights actually got worse when the BFBB game came out. Like, the glitches got even worse. Like, some of the glitches that are in that game actually got worse in BFBB. I don't know why the developers do this, but sometimes when they have a problem with their previous game, the next game that come out will have the same exact glitch because they use the same engine, and the glitch might even get worse. Like, I love when that happens. It will become more of a thing. Anyway. Well, you want to know another game that suffers from that stuff? Sly Free on Among Thieves PS2. That game is very dependent on your PS2 laser. If your PS2 laser isn't slightly not working well, that game will glitch. That game will barely work for you. If your PS2 laser is slightly... If you use an older model of the PS2. You know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me no one's experienced Sly Free on Among Thieves doing that stuff. Someone has. You know that stuff. You might not know that stuff, but people have experienced it. I've experienced it, where the game will not work properly on your PS2, and hell, it might not work properly ever again. And you have to replace your PS2 to fix it. That's the only way you can fix it. I don't know what causes that stuff, but it will make your PS2 not read that game properly. And you have to replace your PS2 to fix it. Or, I guess, fix your PS2. If your laser's a bit finicky, that game does not work right. Also, but Sly 2 Band of Thieves also have problems on the PS2 if your laser isn't quite right. That game won't work as well as it should. But it's very minute issues. Sly Free came out on the same engine as Sly 2, and guess what happened? The disc read errors got worse than Sly Free. Sly Free only does that stuff if your PS2 is a bit, like, you know, kind of old, I guess, or whatever. So, okay. So this is BFBB disc swap with BFBB with another ISO of BFBB with hitting one audio in it. And why we did this? Because that way I can get to play the sound effects, the sound folders, and I duplicated the file like separate tons of times. I can't say it, so here it is. So this is BFBB PS2 and Goo Lagoon. Does not hip and hop files. I removed them. I removed all the hip and hop files except for a couple. And you disc swap. This is the normal game. Yeah, that we're running right now. I'm swapping with this one, which contains hit and one sound files only. So sound SFX. I put it in a bunch of folders to make it play it. So the game will boot up with somewhere with these files. So that way, because normal disc swapping doesn't actually read the entire disc. So that's... Larry Boy is the only game I know that reads through the sounds, that you can just listen to them. You literally can just sit back and listen to them. I'm not making that up. You guys know it. It's just it's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing, but it is. It's very cool. But disc swapping in general does not do this. It will only play a part of the game, or in these files, unlike Larry Boy, you can wait, so you can get to this file. Well, not any other game of PS2. It only reads a bit wherever it starts reading, and that's it. So it won't reach this folder. So you have to make it play. I actually made a custom bfbb that just has these files. So you can disc swap with it, and then you're gonna hear the Hit and Run sound folder, because that's what's practically in every file. So it's gonna start reading them. So we can use this to play like Auto and the Dumpster and like some of the gags, whatever it wants to play randomly in here, because it's not going to just start reading like the entire thing. That's only Larry Boy does this. Disc swapping in general is hilarious though, because you can have I can talk to Plankton, it'll be like Willie or something, but the janitor. But you got to keep these ones. You gotta keep the files that boot up that boot the system, the thing. Yeah, don't delete that. But you can go in the game files and then delete them, and then you can put the sound folder in there. So we're just swapping with that right now. So that's how it's gonna be. And yeah. So now it's gonna play the Hit and Run audio. The reason why you do this is because it will play the Hit and Run audio without having to reach that folder, because no more disc swapping. It doesn't keep playing. Okay, I'll explain both games. What Larry Boy does that no other PS2 game does, if you take Larry Boy out and swap out ever disc, what will happen is it will start reading the ever disc, and then read. It just keeps going. Yeah, it will keep reading the CD. So let's say it reads the sound files. It just goes through all the sound effects, everything that's in the game. Like you can just straight up listen to it. I'm not making. Yeah, you can just sit back and listen to it. It will just play it for you. Disc swapping does not do that with any other game though. It will just loop or go. It just repeats. It doesn't keep going. It might only play for a few minutes or a few seconds, or sometimes it even just goes. It just gets stuck. Disc swapping is the best for Larry Boy. I prefer doing it with that game because I can just listen to all the audio, but disc swapping in general is cool, but I do it with that game all the time because I can just sit back and listen to it, because why do I want to play, like I gave it this in every video, why do I want to play 5 minutes of an audiobook when I play the whole thing? Same with disc swapping. If I have a game if we have a game, guys, we literally have a game that has a glitch in it. You can swap discs and play everything off the ever game. You can use that game to play everything that's in the disc. Like unused dialogue, unused sounds, you can just listen to them. If we have a game that does that, why do we want to do it? We have a game that does stuff like that, so of course I want to do it with a game that acts like that, because that's sick. So, but disc swapping, I'll never get over normal disc swapping. Disc swapping is a classic. You know, you can't get over the disc swapping classic, the classic disc swapping, where it just reads. Because it is still funny though, because you can talk, you can walk up to Patrick right now, and it might be like the stop sign getting smashed, or like a car like getting hit or exploding. Yeah, you know, it is funny seeing what characters load, what it loads. That is still funny. Disc swapping in general is cool. But with Larry Boy, it's just, well, it's sick. I mean, come on. Of course, it's amazing. You can play the entire game. You can literally just sit back and listen to it. You don't need Audacity. You don't need any hacking tool. You can just listen to it. That game allows you to play everything. It's just cool. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. So, yeah. So this is bfbb disc swap with a never bfbb with Hit and Run sound effects in almost every folder. So it will play this. It will make it play that stuff. So, yeah, you're going to hear some funny results from that. So, yeah, you guys can do this. If you want to do this yourself, you just open up you open up your Hit and Run ISO, you open up your bfbb PS2 ISO, grab the sound files of Hit and Run or dialogue, whatever you want to use, just grab the folder just on its own. You copy the folder raw. Just look for a folder called dialogue, or you just copy it. Right-click and copy it. Open your PS2 bfbb, and you add extra files or delete the hip and hop files, and then you put the files in there, like the sound files for Hit and Run. So I'm going to show you this. It's funny. It's really cool. What you can still, because now it's going to play. The reason why you want to do this is now you can make it play the sound effects that because Letterboard lets you get to the file. Every PS2 games you can't get to the stuff, so that's why it's good to do this. So this will help you do this with every PS2 games that you can't get to the files normally. So this will help people that like disrupting like I do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Did you hear that? It played the beer sound of when Clinton was talking. It was playing the like the beer drinking sound, which doesn't play properly in Hit 1 for some reason. Yeah, there's supposed to be a sound in the Moe's Tavern when they drink the beer, but it doesn't play it properly. So I knew, yeah, there's a new sound that's what it's supposed to play it. Or maybe they thought the sound was annoying to keep listening to it while talking to Moe or something. But honestly, they could just lower the volume of it, just have it play quietly, like, I don't know. I don't know why that sound doesn't play. So there is supposed to be a sound for the patrons drinking the beer, drinking the Duff in Moe's Tavern, but apparently, and Barney drinking the gasoline because he drinks that. Yeah, those sounds are supposed to play, but they don't play for some reason. So that's what happens. But as you heard, Plankton was still talking, and then the beer sound eventually ended, and it's supposed to move on to the next sound. Plankton was still talking, but it went. It started clicking. See, that's the thing. Larry Boy is screwed. Larry Boy game is screwed with this swapping nonsense. Because Larry Boy, it will just open the next file, read the next sound, open the next file, read the next sound, read the next. It just keeps going, dude. I don't know how that game can even do that. It really does think. I think that game really does think you're playing the Ever disc. It legitimately thinks you're playing the Ever game. It's a mess, dude. That game really does not know how to handle disc swapping at all. See, disc swapping is nowhere near that glitchy. For those people that only watch my Larry Boy disc swapping content, yeah, if you do this stuff with normal games, this stuff ain't gonna happen for you. You're not gonna get the most weirdest things to happen, like the really, really out there, like where it plays everything for you. Larry Boy, I can put the wrong disc in and just listen to the audio, and it will just read it. I don't have to make it. It will just play it for me. I can sit back and just listen to it. That's not what happens with any other PS2 game. It only plays a bit of it, and then it will get stuck, or give up, or loop. It either gives up, it loops, goes so far and then repeats on a loop, or it gets stuck and goes, or it doesn't, or it just it plays for a bit and then cuts off, goes, and gives up. Like, for example, it just cuts off. That's kind of what happens with no PS2 games. Larry Board, no, just keeps reading the CD, apparently. I don't understand how I don't get that. That game is... I don't know why disc clipping of that game is just so extreme, dude. It's insane. Because dialogue does not end properly, so it just keeps going. excuse the lag though. Excuse the lagging. I'm playing this on my laptop. I'm recording this on my laptop today because my new computer does not have OBS on there yet. My newest gaming computer. My old gaming computer I always record on. You guys see me recording on. It's almost out of space, so I can't make an ISO with the same file in it separate more than, I don't want to add more space to my computer. It's almost filled out. I have to start defragment something, delete some stuff that I'm not using on my computer, which is a pain in the ass when everyone has to do that. So I haven't done that yet, so I don't want to add the same file and add more stuff to my older gaming computer. And I can record it on my new computer, my newest gaming computer, but I don't have OBS on there right now, so I'll get it at some point. But I don't have a microphone on my new computer either. I'm not gonna reuse my same microphone on both my computers. I have to get a new one. So, but yeah, so that's why it's lagging very badly. For those people that normally see my videos, you don't see much lag. That's why you're seeing the lag, because I'm recording on my damn laptop. So it's not a gaming computer, so it's gonna come with some issues. So, but yeah, so. I have to do this because I'm running out of space to record. I have to start deleting some stuff on my other computer, so I don't want to overload it and make it crash. So.
Snakes! Hey!